I knew this was going to be a contentious topic, but I'm going to stand on my square. I'm a men's advocate, and I see far too many men, and I have seen far too many men that I know over the last 30 years who have been raised in single parent households, who have been beta males, who have had troubles, trials, tribulations, seen the worst parts of everything, and and have made themselves thorough men who, despite their best efforts, every time they try to reach out to their woman who's their counterpart, they don't want to get married. They don't want to do. I know black men right now who have had to date out because there are not enough black women who want to be wives, who are fit to be their wife. There are women who say they want to be a wife, but like I said, do they have somebody else's kid? Are they agreeable? Are they this, what are you getting? And what are we ultimately telling men? That being black, just wait your life out to hope. You cannot control what anyone does in this country. The women are going to do what they do. You can't manipulate them. You can't force them. You can't cajole them. And honestly, I've heard, and I will say this to the women: the women advocate for each other far more than the men do. But you know what? That's to be expected, because the daughters saw their mothers stand up and say, "I don't need no man," or whatever. Get what you want. The daughters have been told strength. The daughters have been told to worry about yourself from the mothers. The weakness that we're seeing in black men advocating for themselves is from the weakness that's been put in them from the mothers. Whether on purpose or accidental, doesn't matter. And my ultimate point is, you matter. You matter. Your life matters. And you deserve to be with somebody who wants to be with you. I prefer it to be somebody that looks like you. But if there are not enough of them around, do you want everything to end with you? Where is a sense of urgency in our women to say, you know what? I don't want it to end with him either. So we're going to have the conversation in some part or another. I know this thing is going to get chopped and screwed and misinterpreted like a mug because people just don't listen. They don't actively listen. There are going to be people who come in here who actively come in here in bad faith and take something said in context or in heat and out of context. The ultimate context is this: women of the group tell men of the group what they think men deserve by how they look and how they act. And I want to ask one question: how are black women telling black men what they think they deserve by how black women look and act when it comes to being married? Are black women looking forward to marriage like kids look forward to Christmas? Or are you looking forward to marriage like Christmas when you know you got a gift bag and some socks under there? How often do you hear our young women talk about their bag, the entrepreneurialism, hustle, grind, or whatever? Or they talk about, I need them. I'm ready to be a wife. And how many times do you hear our women when they're 18 to 27 years old saying, my priority right now is getting married and being a wife and having children? That's often the default position after they've done everything else. That cannot continue to go on. And you continue to have a black community that we so much call, what you're so proud of. You got to have wives. And I think that's what's hurting so many black men, because I've seen the men's pain. And this is a painful conversation for men to have. To think, God dang, is it that bad? If you were telling black men where to go to find black wives right now, what city would you tell them to go to? Where would you tell them to go to find them? What would you tell black men who are thorough men ready to get it done? Where would you tell them to go to find single, childless, fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive women ready to be their wives? Where would you tell them to go? Please write it down in the comment section. Again, like it or not, competition is best for the market, especially in a free economy. This is a free country. You're not going to legislate it. You're not going to change it. It's not a conspiracy by the Illuminati or the white man or the government to destroy the black family. I know all these things, and there may be some grains of truth in a lot of these things, but a lot of this stuff was a surprise to even the people. Go read the Monahan report. They were surprised that this happened. They were surprised that as in black male unemployment dropped, the black female welfare rose. You go ask people back in the 90s, they were surprised that when black women were granted double minority status, that black women weren't marrying black men in the factories and going on and building generational wealth. Instead, those women were keeping the money for themselves and waving their finger at black men, talk about, you work for UPS, you ain't on my level, you need a degree. Every other group of women, when they get something, they go take it and share it with their group of men. And sadly, the story seems to be that when our women get something, they keep it to themselves and tell the men, you ain't nothing. Look at what I got. So whether you like it or not, Kanye and Kim are divorced or not, people were shocked. When Kanye was down bad, Kim came and gave him, what, $58 million? You had a popular, April Mason said, I left because when I just ask a woman to do something for a man, she act like I'm asking her, what's he going to do for me? We got to address the fact that why even women are leaving dealing with women. My personal point, it's a national emergency in the black community. The gender war is over. Now the gender war is over, it's time to really start talking about, well, what's going on? But I'm going to say it for one more time. I am an advocate for the men, and I want you men to have a better life. I want you to experience what life is with joy, happiness, somebody who respects you, who wants what's best for you, who wants to bring feminine, beautiful, inspirational to your life, who wants to bring peace, who wants to bring tranquility to your life, who wants to bring peace of mind, who wants to bring legacy, who wants to be something in your life, who's not just expecting you to do and make them, somebody who actually makes you feel something that you've only heard was possible. And unfortunately, because so many boys did not get told that they matter, it's hard for men to imagine they matter. But I'm telling you, we matter. You matter. And if you want to matter to them, you must first matter to you. And when you start mattering to you, you won't be mad at them. You don't got to be angry at them. I don't want you to be mad or angry at anything. I just want you to put yourself where you belong first. And let the world sort everything else out. Put yourself first, your purpose second, and the world will take care of itself. You deserve this.